Welcome to our Southeast Region Elite and Premier Contenders call this afternoon. I'm Craig Collier, your Regional Director for the Southeast Region. As I mentioned previously, we excuse Keyshawn Graves. She's on an airplane headed out to the Washington, D.C. area. Also got on the call with me this morning, Mr. Paul Jensen. He's our sales manager, and he works with our Diamonds and One Stars. He's actually going to take some time here in just a few minutes. But I appreciate you guys being on this morning. Because we have such a jam-packed session here with, as you know, two amazing speakers that'll be talking to us, I want to make sure that I don't take a lot of time in announcements and stuff. So do me a favor, and when you're done with this call, go to the TVE Coach 411 website, click on the October hot list. Make sure you're up to speed on all the announcements this month, because there are some really cool things for like Diamonds and below. They can actually get on a call with Carl. If they're top Success Club point earners, that might be a motivation for some. There's just some really cool things on there that will really help us push through October. And also be sure to check out the FAQ on Fall Classic. It's another little thing we can do, or a big thing we can do to help push momentum here as we go into November. So anyway, with that, we're going to jump right into the content here. And I've asked Paul Jensen to take just a couple of minutes. Paul is our Associate Sales Manager in the Southeast Region. He works with our Diamonds and One Stars, has an awesome training program. And I'm just not sure that all of us, I know some of you probably know Paul and some of your leaders work with Paul, but we wanted to make sure that all of the Diamonds and One Stars in our region are maximizing the opportunity to work with Paul and connect into his training. So I've asked him to take just a couple minutes to kind of introduce himself, what he does, and how they can connect with Paul. So take it away here, Paul.
Well, hello. Thank you, Craig. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you here on this call. It's an excellent thing. I see a lot of faces I recognize, some that I don't, but glad to be here with you. I just want to kind of explain a little bit about what we do here with the new Diamond Training Program and kind of what it is to help you and your Diamonds as you move your business forward. One of the things that's kind of a goal of mine is to help you get your Diamonds established and solid. I know that that's one of the big concerns of most people as they go into any type of qualification, whether it be 1-star, 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, right? Is, boy, I want those Diamonds solid. I want them sitting there and I want them engaged and going. We've got a 4-week training program that we do that goes through a few things. Typically, this is aimed at new Diamonds. So the methodology is I will contact, typically by email, those new Diamonds each month from our region. And I will invite them into a training program. It's a 4-week program, about an hour a week, so it's not a lot of time, but we go about an hour a week. We talk about 4 different, well, it's probably about 16 different topics, but we have 4 different lessons that we go through. The main ideas that we like to cover is vision. Why are you in this? What are you doing? Where do you want to take your business? Kind of get them engaged in their why, dig deeper as a Diamond to figure out what their why is, why they're going to stay and why they're going to work. Another one we talk about is time management. How am I going to move my business forward as a Diamond? A lot of Diamonds get a little starstruck and they're like, wow, I don't know what to do with my time now. How do I manage it? So we talk about good time management principles, engaging in some different things. We also talk about elite and premier programs. What do all these points mean? I know a lot of Diamonds that are very confused by the points. So we talk about that and help get them pointed in those activities that will help them to earn elite points. Another one that we talk about is Success Club. Hitting Success Club consistently, and also talking about getting their coaches on that path to hitting Success Club consistently. So those are kind of some of the main topics that we talk about, set a lot of goals. We have some assignments that we do, and I really try to point them towards achieving some big things in their business. And what I'd like to do is, if you have any Diamonds that maybe are engaged and ready to go that have missed this training, have them reach out to me. Typically, one way that they can get me is Facebook. Another thing that I will have is after the last week of the month, there's a registration site on Eventbrite that they can go to and get in there and register for a course. And that URL is coachbasics.eventbrite.com. if they want to jump in there, it's not a Coach Basics course, but we do talk about running their Coach Basics when it's the time for them. We talk about those different things that they can do to really move their business to that next level. So that's really kind of what we do. It's been a lot of fun. I recognize some faces in here that have been through my diamond trainings that I've worked with in the past, and it's exciting for me to see that some of those diamonds that have come up through those ranks are now here contending for elite and are really pushing their businesses to that next level. So, I love working with the diamonds. I love helping people move their businesses forward, and send them my way. I'm more than happy to get some of those diamonds that maybe have already passed that new diamond phase. I'd love to get them if they're engaged and willing to work. I'm here for them. So.
Awesome.
All right, go ahead, Greg.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. All right, you guys, there it is. There's no excuses. If you've got new diamonds, or you've got people that are getting going, or who maybe are stuck, get them in Paul's diamond training, and he'll help them push forward. So anyway, great resource, hopefully, for you guys. All right. Well, as you all know, we have some superstars, literally some superstars on our elite and premier contender call today. So honored and privileged to have Becky Brossett and Kristina Delgado be willing to take some time out of their very busy schedules to share some tips and best practices with us where we can really push through October and into the new year. They require very little introduction, but I will just say, as you guys know, these guys have done, their accolades in the business are second to none. Millionaires Club, Superstar Diamonds, have hit elite, year after year. And they also are just great people. They're such contributors to our region, so willing to share of themselves and to help other people. And they're down to earth, and you'll see that during their presentation here. Very excited too. I want to kind of recognize Becky. Becky seems to be on kind of a streak here. She's got, on the national wake up call, she just hit Superstar Diamond. She, hammer and chisel test group, and just got back from Los Angeles, I think yesterday. In fact, we pushed this from a Wednesday to a Thursday as Becky was flying back to Miami. I was chosen to be on the infomercial there. She is looking, I might look hammered. She looks chiseled. So Becky is just done some great things. We're excited to have her on the call today. And then she'll go first, and then Kristina is going to close for us. Kristina, as you all know, well established in this business, one of the most tactful, diplomatic, intelligent coaches that we have in the entire network, and you're going to love the information that she's prepared for us today. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Becky first, and then Kristina will close. We'll get you guys amped up and ready to really push through, make your elite, your premier statuses, help your downline coaches to do the same, really end this year well. So Becky, go ahead and take it away.
Okay, Craig. Well, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. If you don't mind, Kristina and I already developed a way that we want to present this call. So she's going to go first.
We're like, let's change things up, because that's what we do, right? We want to keep things interesting, and we want to keep you engaged in this call, because this is a really important call. So sorry, Craig, but the sisters are going to do their own thing today.
I'm used to it.
So when we were preparing for this call, it popped into my head that it's October, and there's probably 3 kinds of coaches that are on this call. The first kind are the coaches that have already locked in elite or are mathematically set, and rank is either almost there or already set to hit elite. So that's the first group of coach that might be on this call. The second group are those that mathematically can't hit elite this year. Maybe the goal wasn't really verbalized or visualized until later on in the year. And that's okay. There's a lot of coaches in that position that maybe this year's not their year. We're going to talk about getting it next year, right? And then the second coach, which is really the thrust of this call and the focus of this call, are the coaches that mathematically can be elite coaches. Rank can get there by December, but the doubt is starting to creep in. Do you guys agree with that? That those are the kind of 3 coaches that are on this call. So if you're in the first level, the coach that mathematically can hit elite and is probably on target to hit elite, You're thinking right now, oh, everything is good, life is good, but you have to consider two things. I'm just going to make this quick. Number one is we have the holidays coming. So never get comfortable with hitting the goal of elite. I've seen over the last 5 years plenty of times where coaches were set and then kind of stalled out their businesses over the holidays, and then the goal eluded them. They woke up in January and it didn't happen. So now is not the time to take your foot off the gas pedal. You want to really pump your business now, because you don't only want to be a one-hit wonder, right? You want to do it again next year. So you should be recruiting and training just like if it was January or February. And second on that point is there's nothing better than having a personally sponsored elite coach. So at this point, you should be identifying leaders in your downline, whether they're personally sponsored or not, but working with them and transmitting this information to them. Because whether they're an emerald right now, they can very well be elite next year, only if you are mentoring them to get there, okay? So that's the first kind of coach. The second kind of coach is those that are mathematically can't achieve a leader premier this year, but are still really focused on their business and they're building their business. Now's not the time to say, oh, it's not going to happen, so I'm just going to coast until the end of the year. Same thing goes for you. Recruiting has to be at an all-time high right now. You want to be training your coaches, because remember, the work that you put in this year counts for next year. So you want to be extremely focused at this time of the year, so that by next year in the summer, you are already elite qualified and your rank is in place. Are you with me on that? Yes. So those are the activities that you need to be engaged in right now. Okay, the third kind of coach, which is really the thrust of this call, is that coach that can hit elite, has the rank either in place or almost there, but the doubt is starting to creep in. And I know that probably is a lot of you, because I've been there, Becky's been there, a lot of our coaches have been there. So we need to figure out what's going on so we can break through that mindset and keep us moving forward. So this is a gut check moment for you guys. I don't know if you've ever heard Jeff Hill say that, but I love it when he says that, because it really makes me take a look at myself and how am I acting and how am I thinking, and is it conducive to achieving this goal? So you might be asking yourself things like, or saying things in your head like, I can't, my team can't, I don't deserve this goal, my coaches just aren't good enough, I'm not good enough, I must not be a good leader, and maybe next year. Raise your hand if you've had any of those thoughts in the last couple of weeks and months, right? A lot of people, right? That we need to stop right now, because when you put your thoughts are implanted in your head, it is going to translate into your actions. Right now is not the time to start thinking that way. Now is the time to start empowering the leaders on your team, your coaches, and get them moving forward. And guess what? It starts with you. You're the one that has to set the level of energy on your team to be able to accomplish this goal. And I'm going to turn it over to Becky right now, who's been the master of mindset, who's going to touch on what she's done to change that up, and some tips on how to change the mindset, not only of you, because that's going to be super important, but of your team.
Thank you, Christy. So yes, I started the year off on a really poor foot with a terrible, terrible mindset, and all those doubts that my sister just spoke of. I'm not good enough, I'm a terrible leader, all those things creeped into my head, and I started to believe it. Right now, what I want you to do is start visualizing. It's time to set the decision. And if you listen to my national wake-up call a couple of weeks back, what I do is I start the day on a positive note every single day. So don't let those negative messages creep into your life so early in the morning. Don't look at Facebook right first thing in the morning. Get in there. If you like audios, listen to empowering audio, whatever it may be. Read personal development, but start your day with a decision, an intention to be positive and driven, and visualize your goals. So that's one thing that I did when I decided at Summit that I was going to finally make the move for 15 star. I visualized it every day. And I would close my eyes and I would see myself on stage being recognized in Summit 2016 with Barbie Decker-Kalev at my side. And it just became like this thing, like every time I close my eyes, that's what I would see. So I want you to make the decision today. I am a 2015 elite coach. I am a 2015 premier coach, and use that very positive and definitive wording. Watch your words. So those words, like Chrissy said, can't, and struggle, that word, try, all those words are words that they defeat you. You need to use positive words. I'm positive, and maybe I'm currently challenged with, but it's a change in words. If you use negativity, you're going to attract more negativity to you. And right now, it's that time of the year when you need to stay positive. Cut out the negative people in your life and focus on your goal. And what I want you to do today is write down your goal. And I read in The Power of Self-Discipline by Brian Tracy that the majority of successful people write down their goals. So write it down. I am an elite 2015 coach, and write the date in which you will claim that prize. Very specific. And every day I want you to post it somewhere where you can look at it. Every day visualize it. Who is going to be there with you? You're an elite team. Who are the team members that are going to help you get there? And then just keep talking to yourself in a positive way each and every day. Personal development is going to keep you focused on that, and it's going to keep your mind in the game every day. One thing that Vito mentioned at leadership, and I actually put it on my phone, put a reminder for, like, I don't know, whatever day you start, whatever time you start working, and make a calendar appointment that says be more confident. And then I put, I am a rock star, I am awesome, to remind myself every day that I am enough, I am a great leader, and you need to do that too. And if you have to put, be more confident, I am an elite coach, then put that. But it's gonna pop up at the perfect moment in your day, and it's just gonna click in your head that I need to make this happen. Christy?
Yeah, I mean, she just says it like awesome, because at the end of the day, this goal can be achieved. It can be achieved, but it's your actions or inaction that will preclude you from achieving it. So if you're starting your day in a positive mindset, then the sky's the limit. And of course, when you're positive, I mean, this is like science. When you're positive and you're high energy and you're pushing for a goal, your team feels that. Mm-hmm. But when you feel defeated and you're saying in your mind, you're saying, my team's not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not a leader. What do? You don't do anything. So you need to take that out of your head and remind yourself, why is it that you want this goal? Because I know it's not for the guitar. I know it's not for all the cool stuff. I know you don't want to be a lead coach because you don't want to wait in line at the core. I know I can go on and on and on as to why you want to be a lead coach, right? All right, so let's get into 6 tips that Becky and I put together on your strategy right now and how to accomplish this goal. So we took care of the mindset, and now we're going to tackle the actions that it's going to take to get there. Baxter?
Okay, so communication is key at this point, and this is something I've been telling I've been doing these group cluster calls of teams in my downline that are running for elite, and you need to communicate with your team what your goal is, and I believe that you need to be an open book. Elite is a function of leadership. You cannot do this alone. It's just impossible. Just like hitting 15 star, you cannot do it alone. You need to have not people that are behind you. No, they're business partners. They're walking right next to you. So they need to know that this is what you want for the team. So your mindset needs to shift from me to we. Why are you doing this? And what I've done is I've encouraged people in my downline to speak to your teams, just like I did when I wanted to go for 15. I said, we deserve this. We are a superstar team. We are going to be recognized on stage. I may be the one that walks the stage, but it's you. It's for you. We did it together. We are a superstar team. And that's the same thing you need to say to your downline. We are an elite coach. Yes, I may be representing our team, but we are going to be named elite, and we need to accomplish this together. Once you include them in your goal, it's a camaraderie. You guys are building a partnership, and it becomes a beautiful thing to see that you guys can come together as a unit, as a family. That's another thing that Christy and I love. We have built a family. We're not dictators. We're not here to force people to hit Success Club. We're here to encourage and empower. So I encourage you today to encourage your team to jump on board and make you an elite organization.
That reminds me of when Becky, when you and I went 15-star, mine was early in the year, yours was just recently, that the reason why we wanted to push for Superstar Diamond, yeah, it's cool, and you know, that's the highest rank and it's super amazing, but that it showed what could be done. It showed our team that if we could do it, and if two sisters could do it, shit, everybody could do it, you know? And that was super important that we communicated that to our team, and we both did. So that brings up the point of, you know, giving up right now. What kind of, if you've, and I'm sure you have, you know, everybody on this call is pushing for Elite or Premier, have probably communicated that goal at some point of the year to your team. But what is the message that you're sending if you're giving up right now? That it's okay to give up. Mm-hmm. So all those coaches in your downline that are looking at you to set the pace of their team, to show them what's possible in the business, if you're turning your back on this goal right now, instead of going down fighting, and I don't care, I'm going to do this, and I'm at the very least, I'm going to push my business forward until the clock strikes midnight on December 31st. If you're doing that, then guess what? Next year when they're going for Elite, they're going to have that same mentality. But if you're right now saying, you know what, not for me, not this time, maybe next year, guess what? You're delaying the success of your team. And that you can't do. You have to be proof that this can be done, and it starts right now. All right, number 2. Sorry, I get off on these. I guess it's that ultimate reset high I'm in right now. Number 2 is you need to identify your top producers. You've probably heard this on every single call that you've had for this push to Elite, right? You have to identify the 5 to 10 coaches on your team that are going to take you to the promised land when it comes to points, right? You have to know who they are. And this is the time that you start having fun with them, not putting pressure on them, having fun with them. How can you incentivize them to hit Success Club and to sell some products that are going to give them that volume that you need? Maybe tell them that if we hit this goal, we're going to have dinner together. We're going to go on a sunset cruise. We're going to do something together as a team to celebrate the achievement of Elite for your team. You know, have some friendly competition going. Have a private thread with these coaches, you know, where you're just on messaging every day about Success Club points and what we're doing and how many people you're talking about, so that you guys can have accountability throughout this time period that is so incredibly important. And of course, don't you love when corporate comes out with these fall classics and these team cups? We have one in the month of November. So right now, as a leader, I'm already thinking, I want as many fall classic teams in our downline as humanly possible. And I'm going to sit there until October 31st on Halloween, because I can't drink, because I'm doing Ultimate Reset, that I am going to be building fall classic teams. So when on November 1st, we start the fall classic, not only are we generating volume, but we're generating Success Club points. Okay, Becky.
Okay, so tracking. At this point, it's right now, if you haven't done so already, you need to know what areas you need to work on based on your Elite report. So for me, Success Club is the driver of everything Elite. Like Chrissy said, you need to identify those people that are going to help you get there. Success Club drives volume, which drives the 500 PV category, personally sponsored, and it drives the ATV. So focus on your Success Club heavy hitters. Get them on a private thread and have some fun with them. But you need to start tracking your points. So I am the spreadsheet queen. I love to track everything and know what changes from month to month. I have this really elaborate report. I look at that report daily, and I insert how many people are hitting Success Club on a month-to-month basis which then I project out. I have goals for every single month, and you want to know if in the Success Club category, you still need 10 points, then you know that you need 5 people to hit this month. With you hitting Success Club, there are your 10 points. So, but you need to be strategic and look at your report and see where you stand so that you can hone in on the activities that are needed for that category. Obviously, the ATV is pretty hard to predict, but if you're really, really working on your team with hitting Success Club, it's going to help you break down your points. And what I've done, and this could be for if you guys have downline coaches that are looking to hit a leader premier, I've done calls, group calls, Zoom calls, and I have them send me their points ahead of time. We break them down. We set monthly goals, and I ask them, how are you going to get that done? Who are your key players? How are you going to get them on the phone or give them ideas, give them tips to help them push that Success Club goal from now to the end of the year? But you can't let that slip away. You need to make a move today and start breaking everything down and communicating with those key players in your organization.
All right, let's talk about ATV as the 4th point of today. What Becky said is kind of the hard one, right? It's a hard one to predict, but we have stuff right now that's going to drive that number up. You have to be engaged right now as a team to drive ATV. How? Number 1, I already said it, the Fall Classic. That's going to be crucial for November to drive ATV. Remember, if we have hundreds of Success Club earners, I mean, it depends on the size of your downline, but if you have more Success Club earners than typical in the month of November, guess what happens in December when the time really gets tight for Elite? Your volume's going to take a spike when all those Shakeology HDs kick in, right? Are you with me? So you want to be 100% engaged with the Fall Classic. Number 2, and I don't do this on my team, Becky doesn't do this, but I've heard it, and I think it's a great tool to drive ATV, are these focus groups based on products. So I think Tara Card does this, where she'll get, a group of coaches to test out a certain product so that the team has testimonials about the product. For instance, we have Beachbody Performance Line right now. Do you have coaches on your team that are using Recharge and, right, team-wide refresh, exactly, things like that? Do you have coaches on your team that are using the Recover and Recharge in their day, and are they tracking their results with it so that they can then provide testimonials? If you have a bunch of coaches doing these things with the Boost, with the Performance Line, with Refresh, with Reset, it's gonna drive volume up. So it's something to consider that maybe you guys can start now, and you could position it to your team as, we're getting ready for the big New Year's resolution push in January. Let's start using these products now. And obviously they're the best products ever. So, it's a great thing that your coaches are using them and pushing them forward and then getting these testimonials. And then I'm sure Becky's going to want to jump in here and hammer and chisel me, but she has done all this work, and the test group has done all this work getting, to me, the best results of any test group in the history of test groups with this program that is going to revolutionize home fitness, hammer and chisel. If you're not talking about that to your team, if you're not already getting them pumped up on team calls about the release of hammer and chisel, if you're not getting your customers pumped up about the release of hammer and chisel, then you're doing your Elite goal a disservice. Because in December, we are going to see a huge boost in volume when this program is released. If, and only if, you're setting the groundwork right now and you're establishing that everybody in your downline is going to do this program. We're going to have a team challenge group going. We're going to try to get as many challenge groups going with hammer and chisel as humanly possible for the for New Year's resolutions. That is what you have to be doing, so that morning, that glorious morning when the websites are working and our challenge packs are available on our sites, that volume just goes do, 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 and all you see is elite points, because your ATV is going through the roof, right? That's what we have to be doing right now. All right, Becky.
So I'm just going to continue with that. I know that that was like our last topic, but one of the things you can be doing right now to prepare your team for Hammer and Chisel is getting them to do the 21-day fix extreme or body beast and talking about doing a hybrid schedule, number one, but getting them in tune with these two projects are just Autumn and Sagi. Autumn and Sagi. That's what you need to be focused on right now, is getting the word out about how amazing they are and how this program is going to change everything. You have two products that they're involved with. Use them. Get a great transformation with 21-Day Fix Extreme, even the original, and they're on sale right now. Now is the time to really push those two products and push a hybrid schedule where you can get people in tune with these two amazing trainers. So, recruiting. How many people are so close to the 5-star or the 2-star and you're starting to wonder, is it really going to happen? So you need to be intentional right now. Be intentional with your recruiting. Now is the time, like Chrissy said, now is the time we're setting ourselves up for 2016 as well. So now is the time to put your foot on the gas and really get out there and bring in people to your team. But as for that, on the ranked side, you cannot just I want you to release the expectation that this is going to happen on its own. The same goes with popping diamonds. You got to get your hand in there. You got to get in the trenches and you need to push it along. You can't just leave it to chance. So what I mean is, look at your potential diamonds. And I'm not talking about 5. I'm talking about, if you're shooting for 5-star, you need more than 5 to make this happen, just for cushion. Look at these people, look at their organizations, then look into their teams. Who are their potential emeralds? Get in there and start talking to them. When I made my run for 15-star, I had my 15th diamond, Carol, which was actually used to be my sister's secretary, and she was in it to win it. She is hardcore. So what I did was, I was not going to leave this to chance. I started talking to her 3 business builders. We did a private thread. We were in there every day. If they needed to talk to me, I was available to talk to them at any point. I helped them get to emeralds. What I did was, and what I'm offering to you is, speak to these potential emeralds and challenge them to invite 10 people to a business opportunity call that you are going to host. Make it happen for them. You could possibly go 5-star, 6-star, 7-star in one night if you could just help build more emeralds within your organizations. Don't leave it to chance. Host a sneak peek, but you run it. You close the deal for them. Let them speak to the prospects. You come in and just close it out. This can help you advance in rank, secure your rank, hold your rank, but it's time to do it. And you can do it in October, you can do it in November, and you can do it in December. And imagine the amount of new coaches, the amount of emeralds and diamonds that potentially you can build by releasing the expectation that it's just the cards are going to fall where you want them to. You can't. You need to get in there and make it happen. And that's what I did, and it worked for me. So that one's a big one. This you have to implement. Get in there and challenge your team to invite lots of people to a business opportunity call.
Yeah, that is, like, I think if you take away anything from today, that's probably one of the best points. Think about your potential diamond coaches for a second. And some of them might be, kind of experienced in the business, have been emeralds for a while. Some are brand new. They don't necessarily know at this point of their career how to develop an emerald or what to say to develop an emerald. So if this is your goal, you need to be in there helping them and setting the stage for their coaches' advancements. And I saw this happen with Becky and her 15-star, and it was like beautiful, because now those coaches aren't fly-by-night emeralds either. They're solid.
Yeah, they brought in like 4 and all 4 coaches, and they went emerald, all 3 of them the same day. Like, amazing.
And they're still, Becky, right? They're still engaged in the business, because how often does that happen where you develop an emerald, they sign their mom and their spouse, and then they think they've conquered the universe, and then next month they go inactive. All these coaches that Becky had a hand in helping advance to emerald are all hitting Success Club, or trying to, and have held their rank and are still pushing their businesses forward because Becky helped Carol set the foundation for them. So
you're teaching them also how to do a business opportunity call.
Right. Exactly. All right. So the last point, I thought that was money. The last point is just kicking butt and taking names starting right now and laying the foundation not only for your elite goal, but for next year. Whether it happens or not, the point is right now is that you go down fighting. Fight like hell. Because at this point, you're setting the stage not only for your own personal success and accolades next year, but for your team. And you want to be that person on your team that sets the pace, that just goes forward. And you know what? Maybe you'll come up short. Maybe not. I don't know. But at the end of the day, you gave it your all, and you're setting that example for your team. And hey, if you're really stepping on the gas right now, not giving up and not throwing in the towel, next year at this point, you could be that #1 coach I talked about. Elite qualified, rank in place, solid as hell, and ready to celebrate, right? So you have to ask yourself today who you're going to be. Who are you going to be, and what are you going to do, and how are you going to communicate this to your team? And I know that I believe in you guys. I know Becky believes in you guys. I know Kayshawn, also known as Craig, believes in you guys, and that you're gonna bring it home. And at the very least, you're gonna develop leadership in your downline that you want anyway. So kick butt. Becky, do you have any closing remarks?
Yeah, I wanted to say, back to the mindset. Les Brown is an amazing source of inspiration for me. And he says you can't fit a big goal into a small life. So elevate yourself, get in there, change your mindset. And also just one quote that I really love, just based on what Chrissy said about going down fighting. If you fall on your back, because that means that you can get back up. So let's do this. Believe in yourself, dig into that personal development, and just remember, set that alarm on your phone. I am elite qualified 2015. Let's do this.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Well, wow. That was amazing. Becky, Kristina, thank you so much. Normally I like to kind of recap a few points, but you guys have more nuggets in there than a Happy Meal. So I'm going to, with that, you guys, just thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know that I got like goosebumps on multiple occasions, like, yes, that's it. Oh, wait, no, that's it too. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much. I know that the people on this call gather a lot of information that's going to help them move it forward. I love the attitude, love the mindset stuff. Guys, let's get this done. We have a great mission in front of us at Beachbody, you guys. This is an awesome company, an awesome opportunity. It's such a blessing to be a coach and help people's lives, and to be able to do it in such a way that that brings so much happiness to you and to your team. This is just well worth it, you guys. So push for it. Let's do this. And thank you so much for being part of our Elite and Premier Contenders call today, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you all.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.